So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, I recently did a show with the homie Ramil Amir. It's still up on his channel. If y'all haven't seen that, man, check it out. I'll try to remember to link it in the description. But at the end of his show, he does a panel where people get to come up and ask the guests questions. Now, y'all know I don't do panels, and I don't do panels because I suck at debates. And I suck at debates because I just don't really care what people say. I don't care enough what anybody says to challenge their points. I don't care enough what anybody says to really respond to them challenging mine, but it's a part of the homie show, and I want to stick to protocol, just because I did. And Jessica X came up. And during our exchange, I noticed something. I noticed that there's a curiosity with women to understand what alpha energy is. Because let's truth be told, the majority of women have never been in the presence of an alpha male. They don't know what alpha energy is. And so there's all of these exterior things that men try to portray as alpha. Well, okay, you're dressed like this, you're alpha. You're built like this, you're alpha. Well, explain the man who is into other men, but he's got a lean physique. Explain that man. Explain the man who has absolutely beta behavior when it comes to women, but he has a lean physique. Explain the man who has plenty of money, but he's still caught up in the penitentiary because he has beta energy and beta interaction with women. Alpha is about energy. And women are starting more and more to understand that at a younger age. Here's the thing. They are starting to verbally relay that fact that when they're in the company of a beta male, it helps them understand that that's not what they want. Because let's be honest, we live in a society where women are invited to embrace masculine energy. And what it takes in this particular society, in any society, even if you look at the animal kingdom, it takes a male who's going to come in and exert his alpha energy over the entire scenario. And then suddenly that woman falls into her femininity. Now, somebody sent me a video on IG where there's a young chick who is just saying this, that she understands that she needs a man with pimp principles in her life, a man with alpha energy in her life. Otherwise, she's going to dominate the men who are in her life. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff. So the one thing we have to understand is that women are starting to realize at a much younger age that the alpha energy is what they're drawn to. But the bottom line is beta males are going to have to understand that women are not accepting the beta energy anymore. There was a time when they'd accept it and play with it for a while, but now they want to go straight to the alpha energy. Let's take a listen to this video, man, and we'll come back and chop it up on the real tip.
Let me know what y'all think. But there has been times where I will be talking to a man and I won't be feeling it, and people will be like, why? And I'll be like, he's just too nice. And people will look at me like I'm stupid. They'll be like, what do you mean he's too nice? Like, you want somebody mean? And I figured it out. It's not that I want somebody mean. It's just what I'm looking for in a man is masculine energy that is dominant over my masculine energy, so it can bring out my feminine energy. Does that make sense? Like, if I feel like I have more masculine energy than you do, then I feel like you can't really be dominant over me, and I can't be submissive, and my feminine energy can't come out. Does that make sense? Because it makes sense to me.
Now, the reality of the scenario is this, homies. What you hear is a woman who's being completely honest. I tell you, man, this all the time. A woman will submit to the dominant masculine alpha energy of a man because she has no choice. It's not a choice she makes in her mind. It is an energy choice that happens within her body. She can't control it. When a masculine alpha man comes around a woman, she automatically submits. Automatically. And women are starting to understand that because they're coming into contact with more and more men who exude, not exhibit, exude alpha energy. And it does something to a woman. It makes her want to submit. It makes her want to be feminine. It makes her want to bow down. It makes her want to be led. It makes her want to be chastised. It makes her want to be corrected. It makes her want to be taught. But you can't do that if you're hell bent on chasing women, because alphas don't chase women. They don't. If that's the case, any male from anywhere will be able to take over a lion pride, but he can't. And I don't like to use the animal kingdom comparison, but that's a great one. It takes a certain male with a certain energy to make a woman bow down. And not by force. She does it by choice. See, what you men don't understand is that women know when they're in the presence of a man that they can dominate. And what else are they to do but dominate? Women want to dominate too. It's a natural inclination to want to be in control of your environment. And women have that inclination as well. And so when they come into contact with a man, whether they like him, whether they want him, whether they hate him, whether they're attracted to him, whether any of those things apply, they can absolutely hate that man's guts. But if he gives her opportunity to be in control, she's going to capitalize on that. The problem in most of these scenarios is they end up getting knocked up by the dude, or they end up getting some type of emotional turmoil by the dude because he found out he being played, and then they end up, with scars that an alpha male doesn't want to have to deal with. But there are some times where a woman just plays around with the beta males, lets them wine and dine her and chase her, and she ducks and dodges them. And then when she comes across an alpha male with that alpha energy, she step and fetches and kowtows, and she bows down in the presence of greatness. Because a man who's striving to be the most alpha version of himself is striving to become a great man. And when you're on the path of greatness, you are greater than the common man along the way. Now, other men will hate on that. Other men will tell you alpha and beta is just some terms that come from this, or alpha and beta don't matter, or alpha and beta come from the LGBTQ, you know the thing I'm talking about, come from that community. Or let me tell you what alpha and beta come from. Alpha and beta come from a group of men who have decided that who I am internally as a man is who I'm going to be. The energy I have internally as a man is what I'm going to cultivate. The energy that I feel inside as a man is what I'm going to allow to permeate my environment. The dominant nature of myself will not be suppressed. The get up and go is the same thing as the dominant nature. If you suppress the dominant nature, you suppress the get up and go. And so you become a man who is bound down and stepping and fetching in every facet of life. And women don't respond positively to that. Other men don't respond positively to that. Find me a group of men who have a do-boy in their camp and don't make him go do stuff. Find me a group of men who have an easily influenced cat in their camp and don't influence him to do stupid things. Find me a group of men that don't have a mark in their camp and don't victimize him. This is just the way nature is. I'm telling you, building yourself into the most alpha version of yourself is an amazing thing. And any man who speaks against that, from anywhere, from any nationality, from any background, from any environment, from any socioeconomic existence, is a beta male simp mangina. And he's the one that's going to come in here and say,
well, to be away. You always tell me we ain't gonna be the most out version of ourselves, that'll be away. You always tell me we ain't gonna worry about what women want. We ain't gonna worry about what women want. Now you sit here tell my man how women respond. You gonna do a video, man, tell me how a woman respond, that'll be away. Let me tell you something. That woman, that ugly woman, well, she ain't the ugly woman I ever seen. But anyway, that'll be away. I don't like her attitude. Tell me she need an alpha male, that'll be away. Let me tell you something. Any woman who need an alpha male is a woman that don't understand the benefit of the beta male, that'll be away. And you are a man who always shun the beta male, that'll be away. Beta male need love too.
okay, sucker, unsubscribe. But before you go, let me tell you this. Beta males do need love too. And they can get it. They just ain't gonna get it from young children who've already figured out that they need alpha energy in their lives. See, the beta male is gonna get the Boyce Watkins treatment. You're gonna get the woman who's beyond the wall, who's already put her best years behind us, who's given her best years to another man. And then she'll come to you. The beta male is going to get the woman who doesn't know if she wants to settle down or not, who probably doesn't even know if she wants a man or a woman, who doesn't know what she wants to do, but she understands that you will allow her to be the author of confusion in your life, because if you're a beta male, you are confused. The beta male will get the woman who doesn't want to be intimately engaged with a man anymore, but still wants to have a man to support her and protect her and who will be okay with everything else she does except intimacy. You see, the options for the beta male are limited to the things that the alpha male doesn't want. And if you want to avoid this, you had better get into the habit of applying pimp principles to the square world. See, there's a bunch of pimps in the pimp world that'll get their butt swallowed up in the square world. And almost every man in the square world will get their behinds handed to them in the pimp world. But when you marry the two and bring the principles of the ism into the square world and apply them to not only your interaction with women, but your interactions with life, that's when you start to realize that there's more to this life than giving all your money to a woman you have labeled wife. There's more to this life than dealing with a woman who's trife. There's more to this world than giving up your life for some scallywag girl. And I want you men to understand that we're not talking about what women say. We're talking about what women want. And regardless of what they say, we know what they want. And we know it's us. The men who are striving and actually succeeding in becoming the most alpha version of themselves. Everyone has their opinions about it, but we don't function on opinions, not even our own. So how the hell we gonna function on theirs? Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the alpha sphere. Get money division. The place where you transform into a man on a mission.